A shocking Ministry of Defense report on the Russian scientific team that has successfully drilled 3,768 meters into the world's largest submerged lake on the continent of Antarctica, believed to be untouched for over 20 million years, states that the underwater video camera discovered the striking image of a golden-like swastika estimated to be no less than 100 meters in height and width. According to this report, the discovery of this underwater swastika was made on January 30, after which the ministry ordered into silence the scientists who have been working on this project for the past 20 years until highly specialized encrypted communication devices could be delivered to them, and sparking fears among many that they were missing as they had been out of communication for 5 days. Upon their receiving their new communication devices, the scientists released their first report to the world through Russian state media's RIA Novosti, which added into their announcement of this historic mission the following. It is thought that towards the end of the Second World War, the Nazis moved to the South Pole and started constructing a base at Lake Vostok. In 1943, Grand Admiral Karl Dontiis was quoted saying, "Germany's submarine fleet is proud that it created an unassailable fortress for the Führer on the other end of the world, in Antarctica." According to German naval archives, months after Germany surrendered to the Allies in April 1945, the German submarine U-530 arrived at the South Pole from the port of Kiel. Crew members constructed an ice cave and supposedly stored several boxes of relics from the Third Reich, including Hitler's secret files. It is also rumored that later the submarine U-977 delivered the remains of Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun to Antarctica for DNA cloning purposes. The subs then entered the Argentinian port of Mar del Plata and surrendered to authorities. Lake Vostok is the largest of more than 140 subglacial lakes found under the surface of Antarctica. The overlying ice provides a continuous paleoclimatic record of 400,000 years, although the lake water itself may have been isolated for 15 to 25 million years. It is located at the southern pole of cold, beneath Russia's Vostok station under the surface of the Central East Antarctic ice sheet, which is at 3,488 meters, 11,444 feet, above mean sea level. The surface of this freshwater lake is approximately 4,000 m, 13,100 feet, under the surface of the ice, which places it at approximately 500 m, 1,600 feet, below sea level. Measuring 250 kilometers, 160 miles, long by 50 kilometers, 30 miles, wide at its widest point, and covering an area of 15,690 square kilometers, 6,060 square miles, it is similar in area to Lake Ontario, but with over 3 times the volume. Russia's St. Petersburg Nuclear Physics Institute developed the drilling technique employed by Russian scientists, which has involved the use of freon and kerosene to lubricate the borehole and prevent it from collapsing and freezing over. 60 tons of these chemicals have been used thus far on the ice above Lake Vostok. Other countries, particularly the United States and Britain, have failed to persuade the Russians not to pierce to the lake until cleaner technologies such as hot water drilling are available. Russian interest in Antarctica, particularly Lake Vostok, were heightened after World War II when in 1947 American Admiral Richard E. Byrd led 4,000 military troops from the U.S., Britain and Australia in an invasion of Antarctica called Operation High Jump, but who were reported to have encountered heavy resistance from Nazi flying saucers and had to call off the invasion. Most interesting to note about Admiral Byrd's Operation High Jump mission was his solo flight towards the South Pole on February 19, 1947, wherein he recorded in his diary the following: 1,000 hours we are crossing over the small mountain range and still proceeding northward as best as can be ascertained. Beyond the mountain range is what appears to be a valley with a small river or stream running through the center portion. There should be no green valley below. Something is definitely wrong and abnormal here. We should be over ice and snow. To the port side are great forests growing on the mountain slopes. Our navigation instruments are still spinning, the gyroscope is oscillating back and forth. 1,005 hours I alter altitude to 1,400 feet and execute a sharp left turn to better examine the valley below. It is green with either moss or a type of tight-knit grass. The light here seems different. I cannot see the sun anymore. We make another left turn and we spot what seems to be a large animal of some kind below us. It appears to be an elephant. No. It looks more like a mammoth. This is incredible. Yet, there it is. Decrease altitude to 1000 feet and take binoculars to better examine the animal. It is confirmed, it is definitely a mammoth-like animal. Report this to base camp. 1030 hours encountering more rolling green hills now. The external temperature indicator reads 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Continuing on our heading now. Navigation instruments seem normal now. I am puzzled over their actions. Attempt to contact base camp. Radio is not functioning. Though deliberately obscured by the West today, Nazi German leader Adolf Hitler was obsessed with New Swabia, German, New Schwabenland, which was the name given to the area of Antarctica located between 20 degrees east and 10 degrees west in Queen Maud Land, which he believed would one day be the world capital of his master race. Soviet archives have extensive files detailing that Nazi Germany and the United States forged an alliance prior to the end of World War II, allowing Hitler and cohorts to escape to their Antarctica base in exchange for German technology that included the atomic bomb and advanced fighter jet, rocket, and flying saucer technology. Not known to all but a few about Nazi German flying saucer technology were that German brothers Walter Horten, 1913–1998, and Reimar Horten, 1915–1994, who were not only devout followers of Hitler, but were, also, the most advanced flying craft engineers in the world, who not only invented the flying saucer, but, also, deliberately fabricated the American UFO incident in 1948 known as Roswell in conjunction with the Soviets to destabilize the United States. Interesting to note in this report is its only mentioning the golden swastika without any Nazi affiliation, which is important when this most ancient of symbols is taken into its correct and complete context. Far from its being the symbol of the Nazi Empire, the swastika is our world's oldest known symbol that dates back to the Indus Valley civilization of ancient India, as well as classical antiquity, and due to the extreme amount of time estimated in the millions of years since man last looked into the depths of Lake Vostok, it is entirely possible that what has now been discovered in Antarctica may very well be another clue to who we are and where we really come from. The evidence for this golden swastika predating the Nazis is further bolstered by the Phineas, 1531, and Piri Reis, 1513, maps of Antarctica used by Western explorers to discover the New World and showing it to be ice-free with flowing rivers, drainage patterns, and a clean coastline. To whatever the origin of this mystery will be, it is not in our knowing, other than to note that as we progress further into this most climatic of years, 2017, even more shocking discoveries and revelations will surely await us all.